Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk to you about alternatives to retinoids for anti-aging. Hi, my name is Dr. Jenny Liu. I'm a board-certified dermatologist and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So when it comes to anti-aging, we know that retinoids is the holy grail. We have a lot of amazing studies on retinoids, but despite how amazing they are, irritation is by far one of the main downsides, and for most people, it can really significantly limit their use. Now, even though we have come a long ways with formulating retinoids, different types, some people just still can't tolerate it, especially in individuals who have super sensitive or rosacea prone skin. Now, obviously this is a generalized video. I have a handful of rosacea patients who are able to tolerate even prescription retinoids, but everybody's skin is different. And this is a question that I've been getting asked over and over again is, I can't seem to use a retinoid. Am I just completely out of luck? Like, what are my other options? So this video is really if you have tried all different types of retinoids, various formulations, but just can't seem to use retinoids consistently without itching or breaking out in a rash. Now, if you are new to retinoids and want to learn more tips and tricks on how to use them, what type to select to best minimize irritation, as well as how frequently you need to use, please check out my retinoid video, which I will link below. Now, when it comes to world of anti-aging, thankfully, due to advancements in cosmeceutical formulation, as well as a lot of clinical studies and laboratory studies, we have a lot of other options available to us besides retinoids. Yes, retinoids are still considered a gold standard just because we have the most number of studies, but by all means, you certainly don't have to use a retinoid to improve your skin's appearance when it comes to texture, tone, fine lines. And so even if you can use a retinoid, but just choose not to, whether because you're pregnant, these options are great alternatives to consider. Now, first and foremost, regardless of whether you're using a retinoid or not, when it comes to anti-aging, again and again, I have emphasized this, make sure that you are doing a diligent job with your sun protection, you're cleansing your skin appropriately, and moisturizing. These are the basics that you really need to have in your routine, especially if anti-aging is your main concern. Next, I'm going to share with you active ingredients that you can consider, as well as best formulations I personally think that will be helpful in helping you along your anti-aging skincare journey. After retinoids, the next best ingredient that you should consider adding in your routine, and I find most people tend to tolerate this slightly better than retinoids, is alpha hydroxy acids. Alpha hydroxy acids also have a long-standing history in its efficacy and number of clinical studies. And here I'm mostly talking about glycolic acid. There's some evidence suggesting that lactic acid can be beneficial, but really when it comes to the world of anti-aging, glycolic acid is where the money's at. Glycolic acid not only works as an exfoliant to help remove that superficial buildup of dead skin, to help your skin look less dull, more radiant, which occurs as we get older, but over long-term use, glycolic acid has also been shown to stimulate hyaluronic acid production as well as collagen production, and has been shown in laboratory as well as clinical studies to improve the appearance of fine lines, dry skin, uneven texture, and skin tone. Glycolic acid over the counter comes in various formulations, and even professionally we offer higher strength medical peels. But I personally feel that if you are really trying to improve the signs of aging, you should look for products that are going to be left on. That way you can get the most contact time with your skin, and over time that's going to help to address those concerns. What do I mean by that? I mean, don't use glycolic acid formulations in the form of like a wash-off mask or even those exfoliating pads, because to be honest with you, those are really meant to help with just exfoliation, removing that dead skin. The exfoliation pads, even though you may not be washing them off, the fact that you're exfoliating your skin with a pad is something that I don't recommend doing on a daily basis. And here again, if you're really trying to improve the signs of aging, you want to be able to use it consistently. So what my favorite way of using glycolic acid for anti-aging purposes is overnight treatment or in a moisturizer. And in fact, as a part of my own anti-aging routine, I will alternate this few times a week with my retinoid, basically replacing my retinoid at night. And if you certainly can't tolerate retinoids, this is something to consider. Although I find that when it comes to the frequency of use, you certainly don't need to use it on a nightly basis. I mean, you certainly can depending on the type of product, but you don't really need to get the benefit, because for most people, it is an acid and it does transiently burn and cause mild redness upon contact. And so I still recommend that if you are new to any sort of hydroxy acids, you start off slowly like you would with a retinoid and gradually increase your tolerance very slowly over time and use as tolerated. Now, a few products I just want to recommend that I personally really like as overnight treatments. One is from Naturium, their Glycolic Acid Resurfacing Gel 10%. And this is like a gel serum that you would apply to clean face, and then I would just follow with a moisturizer, and then you can kind of call it a night. Another one I really like is from SkinCeuticals, their overnight AHA treatment. They have reformulated that. In the beginning, the very first batch that came out was very runny and liquidy. I didn't quite enjoy the texture as much, but both of these are very well formulated, and I find that alpha hydroxy acids in general are not that challenging to formulate, and so really majority of the products out there you are going to derive benefits from. It's not like vitamin C serum where you kind of have to really understand the formulation and the ingredient present to really know what you're kind of getting into. Another one that I have been trying lately that I've really been enjoying is from Medic 8, and this is a UK brand, really well known for their retinol products, and this is just another glycolic acid treatment. It's uniquely formulated to have this more encapsulated, slower release formulation, but anywho, it's fairly gentle. I use it a few times a week, so another option for you to consider. Now, if you can't use glycolic acid, lactic acid is another one that has good data demonstrating its efficacy, and lactic acid at lower strength can also help to support ceramides and improve ceramide production in our skin. And lactic acid is a much larger molecule, so it's actually even better suited for those with more sensitive skin. And what I mean by larger molecule is it doesn't penetrate as readily as glycolic acid, so it's less likely to burn and sting, so better tolerated by those with sensitive skin. And one of my all-time favorites is from Biossance, their 10% lactic acid and squalane serum that can be used on a fairly regular basis, and it's very gentle. Now, polyhydroxy acid is one that I just want to quickly mention because it has a lot of great benefits. It is something that you want to use over time because it's such a bigger molecule. It doesn't penetrate as readily, so the benefits really come with long-term use. And the studies aren't quite there yet with regards to stimulating collagen, hyaluronic acid, although a lot of the studies have shown that it can improve overall skin texture and skin tone. But polyhydroxy acid is the gentlest type of hydroxy acid out there. So it's so gentle that it's almost in my mind considered more of like a hydrating, like hyaluronic acid serum because it doesn't burn or sting. But also polyhydroxy acid is unique. Unlike lactic or glycolic acid, it doesn't actually increases your skin's sensitivity to the sun. In fact, it actually acts as an antioxidant and reduces sunburn cells when our skin comes into contact with the sun. So not only is it an antioxidant, it can gently exfoliate and can help to support our skin barrier, and may over time, because of all those other benefits, can help to improve fine lines and wrinkles. And so another great option to consider if you are looking for something that is the least likely to cause irritation on your skin are polyhydroxy acids. So if you don't like alpha hydroxy acid in a serum but want to consider using as a moisturizer, whether because you want to simplify your routine or just don't like serums, the one that I recommend trying is from Neostrata. They have a couple. They have one that I mentioned earlier in my video that's called the Bionic cream, and that is a very thick, rich cream that contains predominantly polyhydroxy acids. That's a great nourishing moisturizer. But if you want something with more alpha hydroxy acid base like glycolic, check out Glycolic Renew Smoothing Lotion. It's a lighter lotion that contains 10% alpha hydroxy acid that can serve as your moisturizer if you have oily skin, as well as your kind of anti-aging active ingredient in one. Now, the next family of ingredients that I think are helpful are peptides, and this has been one of my favorites to incorporate into my own routine. Now, peptides are still new and up and coming, and we need to do more research, and I think we're getting a lot better with the formulations, because one of the tricky parts with peptides is that they're such a large molecule. Depending on how it's formulated, it may not get deep enough into our skin to really make those benefits. But the few products that I'm going to share with you today have great studies backing their efficacy. In general, peptides work by various different mechanisms, and there are actually different types of peptides on the market. And I do have a video discussing all about peptides if you want to learn more, as well as more detailed products I recommend. So feel free to check that out, and I'll link it in the caption below. But essentially, there are various different categories of peptides, and the one that I'm referring to are mostly the signal peptides that will help essentially act as a signal, and are smaller molecules that are able to penetrate more more effectively into your skin and essentially act as a signal to tell your skin, hey, I'm here, I'm the building block of like collagen, let's start making more collagen. It's not just the peptides themselves, it's also the formulation that's really, really important. So here I'm gonna offer you a few brands that I know have really been backed by study, by clinical study, and just by the level of research and development that's available. First one, and if you follow me on social media, you know I'm a big fan of the brand Alastin. Alastin is a physician-found brand, and it was actually initially developed to really supplement procedures done like lasers and microneedling to really help with healing and then subsequent improvement in fine lines and wrinkles. But they found with their technology, their Trihex technology, so a blend of tri and hexapeptide on their own without even having to undergo procedures, can really help with the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And there are not a lot of products on the market that support elastin. Elastin is another protein that we don't talk about as much, that we don't lose, but what happens is on sun-damaged skin, the elastin becomes more kinky, and that kinkiness makes them less effective, and so our skin loses that resilience and that bounciness that our skin that we associate with like baby skin that we just lose over time. Is not only due to the collagen loss, but also due to the breakdown of elastin. The two that I'm going to recommend is more of like a serum. This one is the Restorative Complex, and then there's another one that's called the Nectar. The two are essentially the same, it's just that the Nectar is anhydrous, meaning it doesn't contain water. So ideal for those who are super sensitive or maybe have undergone a procedure that any sort of water-based products may burn or sting. But these are great. They're serums. They are not irritating at all. You can use it twice daily. I use it twice daily. Now, the only downside is this is not cheap. So for more affordable option, I recommend Olay Regenerist, the one that's in the red jar, the red line of products. That contains palmitoyl pentapeptide that is trademarked as Matrixyl. And this has been shown to have actually one of the most abundant studies to help improve the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And the reason why I recommend Olay is we know that they're backed by heavy research and development, and this product has been around for a long time, and it's in a moisturizer. So if you like to simplify and looking for something that's relatively affordable but effective, that is one that I recommend checking out. Another ingredient that I recommend incorporating into your routine is a vitamin C. Vitamin C is an antioxidant. It can help to brighten the skin, so help with uneven skin tone. But also vitamin C plays a critical role, like our skin and our body needs it to actually make collagen. Now, it's very rare for us to get vitamin C deficient, right? So usually what we consume through diet and supplementation is sufficient. But putting it on our skin gives additional benefit because it helps to prevent further oxidative damage from the sun, from the environment, and also can help with uneven skin texture, skin tone, and the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So incorporating an antioxidant serum, I think, is very beneficial along your anti-aging routine. There are lots of different vitamin C formulations on the market. I have another video on that if you want to check out my recommendation. So go with a formulation that your skin is going to tolerate, but using an antioxidant serum every morning under your sunscreen can be very helpful. And certainly something I recommend if you are in your 30s and you're looking for something in addition to help with delaying or improving signs of aging. Now, hyaluronic acid, I think, is something that you can certainly consider adding into your routine. Hyaluronic acid, I know, is a very popular ingredient in a lot of products these days. Helps to act as a humectant, help to hydrate our superficial layer of the skin, and by doing that, it's going to plump your skin. It's going to temporarily reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And certainly there are some laboratory studies that show that hyaluronic acid can over time potentially increase our body's own hyaluronic acid production. I think with that claim, you really have to look at each product individually, and there's only like few on the market that I have seen studies on. And so few brands I really recommend. One is from L'Oreal Revitalift 1.5% hyaluronic acid serum. I really like this one because it's just a pure hyaluronic acid serum. It has different weights of hyaluronic acid, so high and low molecular weight. That's going to help at the surface hydrate and then go deeper into skin to kind of give a more overall better improvement in the hydration and the plumpness of your skin. The other thing I really love about this serum is that I find most hyaluronic acid serums to be kind of tacky and sticky. This one is not. It absorbs very quickly, is lightweight, and it's not sticky at all. Something to even consider using in the summertime, because I don't really like using hyaluronic acid serum in this hot, humid summer because it just makes my skin even extra tacky and sticky, and I find that moisturizers and sunscreen just don't go well over it. But this one is one that does not leave any sticky feeling, so highly recommend that this one if you are one who don't enjoy that sensation as well. Another one that I really like is from the Roche-Posay, their Hyalu B5. This one does contain fragrance, so you want to be careful if you're sensitive to that. But in addition to hyaluronic acid, it also contains vitamin B5 and a derivative of centella, and these again are just very soothing ingredients to help support your skin barrier. And here is, again, if your skin barrier is healthy, your skin is going to look healthy, your fine lines and wrinkles are going to diminish. This one I do find to be a little more sticky, so not something I would enjoy in the summertime, but definitely if you have really dry skin, I think this would be a great one to consider. Lastly, another hyaluronic acid / niacinamide serum that I have been absolutely loving this past year is from Vichy, their newly revamped Mineral 89 Prebiotic. I love this one because it's their Vichy Mineral 89 but taken to the next level. I love Mineral 89. It's a great, simple, again, hyaluronic acid serum. This one, why I say it really takes that serum to the next level, because it contains probiotic extract, and probiotic is another up and coming area of research in medical as well as cosmeceutical dermatology to again support our skin barrier. We know that there's a lot of imbalance of bacteria on our skin, especially in diseases of like acne, rosacea, eczema. So overall, this will help to support your skin barrier health, but also it contains niacinamide. Niacinamide can be another helpful ingredient. I just personally did not call out in this video because it's just ubiquitous in most skincare products like moisturizers that I don't think you personally need to have a separate niacinamide like treatment or serum. But niacinamide has been shown to be helpful as an antioxidant, so to defend our skin against environmental aggressors, reduce the process of glycation, which is the process where sugar molecules gets added to our skin as a process of aging that causes the kinkiness and the rigidity of our elastic and collagen fibers that really is a part of aging. And also niacinamide has been shown to help with reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And I love this serum because it contains 4% niacinamide, which is a concentration that is very appropriate. That's not going to cause irritation, but also has been shown to be efficacious. And so I feel like this is really one serum with multiple benefits. Now, I just want to have a few words on BAKUCHIOL. I know that is a super hot and trending ingredient right now. Unfortunately, as a dermatologist and looking at the available data, what it's been touted to be, like as the next best natural retinol, that claim is just unfounded, unfortunately. I'm not saying BAKUCHIOL doesn't work or is bad, but compared to the hundreds of studies we have on retinoid, there are only 2 studies on BAKUCHIOL, and those 2 studies are actually poorly structured. And for BAKUCHIOL to say that it's the next best retinoid, I think we need more data. And one last word on how to use all of these. Certainly, these are just ingredients and products for you to think about. You certainly don't need to use all of these. Definitely don't recommend, jumping into using all of these at once. Pick 1 or 2, gradually ease your way into it, see how your skin responds, especially if you have sensitive skin, and then give it a few months, at the very least 3 to 4 months, and then see how your skin is doing, and then adjust as needed. And if you're really not having a lot of improvement, please see your dermatologist, because at some point, the discussion may be you may need additional procedures. Well, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Do you use any of the products that I have mentioned? Or let me know below what is your favorite alternative to retinoids when it comes to anti-aging. Again, I will see you guys next time, and comment below with any other video content ideas, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching.